Hey cats, it's your midsole man, EDDBUD here. I've lost track of how many emails and comments I've received from the viewers asking me for this specific video. Today I'm going through the best running shoes from each brand. As usual, I want to keep the viewers happy, keep them foaming at the mouth for more midsole content. So here's my top selections and my reasoning as to why I've chosen them. Let's get to it. We are starting with Brooks first. Now there's 2 or 3 models that spring to mind from Brooks that I've tested out over the last couple of years. I really do like the excellent Glycerin Max, a massive consistent cushion here and some great grip as well. The midsole is a top change up really from Brooks. It's a combination of some of their foams here, although in fairness both of the elements that they've included are quite soft as a massive maximum stack. The upper materials here are a little bit plush, it has to be said, though the lockdown is really great, but not everybody needs a super max cushion shoe, so I don't think this is the absolute best model from the brand. If I had to select one and one only that I've tested out, it would have to be the Hyperion Elite 5, almost through the shoe upwards then. It's so light compared to the Glycerin Max. A racing stack here and a plate, a thinner upper, and then you still have the rigidity there, but with the smoothness now of a Puma midsole. Easily the most on the money Brooks running shoe that they've put out over recent years. An engaging midsole here, and it represents like a move forward, I feel, where they've got a racing model that's on par with some of the other brands now. A good race shoe should just disappear on foot so you can focus on your form, on your breathing, just so you can concentrate really on the pace at hand. Best Brooks model and a great race shoe if you want something a little bit different. Next up is Asics. I bet most people are going to suggest that I go for the Super Blast 2. That is a fantastic shoe from Asics. Light enough to enable some of those sort of longer, faster paced runs, but still something you can throw on if you just want to run some easy or recovery efforts too. Doesn't ever feel mushy at all. Really good durability as well, longevity in that shoe. You get people getting upwards of 400 or 500 miles out of the Super Blast 1 and 2. Though the one thing it lacks, perhaps, is fun. Is it like the absolute best for running that Asics have got? The most engaging and exciting? Oh, I don't think it is. Don't worry, I'm not going all super shoes on this one, but the Metaspeed Edge Tokyo is one of my absolute favourites right now. If I want excitement from my shoes, then this is one of those that provides it. It just begs me to go out and run in them like Forrest Gump chasing down my dreams, or the DPD delivery van. I personally think this is the current best Asics running shoe out there. It's got all the stuff that I loved about the Metaspeed Sky Paris from last year. We still have some of that foam here in the midsole, but we have a portion of that new Flight Foam Leap in the forefoot area. Absolute banger, and now I've got some more considerable miles into it. It's actually holding up really well. Best of both worlds, I suppose, in terms of the plate placement and the foams that we've got on offer, and it's superbly light. I found it's great on some intervals or perhaps some repetitions. Perhaps if I'm doing a longer run and I want to run at some race tempos within that long run. And the foam apparently durable enough to stand the test of time. Great grip as well, even though we have a thinner spreading of rubber here. Lockdown and the fit are superb, and hands down the best Asics shoe right now. Next up, we move on to Nike. Straight off the bat, if we're talking Nike, then 2 models spring to mind. I really love the Alphafly 3 from Nike. It is a great model for training and racing, I found. As long as you take care of it, you can use it and get loads and loads of miles out of it. Perhaps if you're doing your long runs in that one, just make sure you're running on stuff that's not going to mash up the midsole too much. Though I think the price is a little bit prohibitive there on the Alphafly 3. It is readily available though, at least, so that's another sort of string to the bow. I think if I had to recommend one model that isn't sort of clunky and hefty, it's got to be the Zoom Fly 6. This is probably Nike's best model out there right now. Really great price on this and decent grip. I found it to be very durable, in fact. Worked really well over a multitude of different weather conditions too. It's great when there's a shoe that's reasonably easy to get hold of. I can drive down the road and get one of these from Sports Direct. You can't say that about every running shoe, can you? So I like the carbon plate here. The weight is on point as well. I think a shoe with real versatility is kind of missing from the Nike lineup right now, though the Zoom Fly 6 price delivers. There's very few shoes that I call like nimble in the swoosh lineup. This is one of them. I just think it occupies a really great space between sort of training and racing. Loads of the viewers out there really seem to enjoy this shoe, and I can see why. So at the moment, Nike's best shoe has got to be the Zoomfly 6. Next up is SAUCONY. Now, there's loads of shoes that I could consider from SAUCONY as being the best. Really enjoyed the Hurricane 25 that I reviewed recently. Great daily option, but perhaps a little bit too chunky to do those sort of faster sessions. The Endorphin Pro 4 as well, another great shoe, though I think some people might feel it lacks that sort of fun ride. It's quite a rigid shoe, in fairness. Best from SAUCONY at the moment's got to be the Endorphin Speed 5. It's a bit of a return to form for the Speed model. Really like the propulsive rigidity from the nylon plate, but it never feels overbearing. It's a really great one for versatility and pace range. This one works for me for anything between that sort of easy recovery speeds right up to some faster race paces. Really love the upper too. It's a nice breathable mesh, this one. And we've had some incredibly hot days in the summer here in the UK. In fact, today I think it's about 28 out there at the moment, and in the studio here it's absolutely sweltering. I hate the heat. Give me 4 or 5 degrees, get the winter here as soon as possible. Bit of wind, bit of rain, I love it. Anyway, the Speed 5, great outsole. They've improved that over the last couple of versions. I think you could use this one down to like 5 or 10k pace without any problems at all. Works as well if you've got a slightly narrower foot too. Quite a lot of shoes out there having to cinch the laces in quite a lot, but the Speed 5, they got it just right. So I think this is the best version of the Endorphin Speed since the V1, and that was one of my favourite shoes ever. So top choice from SAUCONY, the Endorphin Speed 5. What is the best shoe from Puma right now? I guess a lot of you will think I'm just going to pull out the Fast R3 from Puma and say that's their best shoe. It is a fantastic shoe, but it is awfully expensive. What else is there? You know, nobody's going to be wanting to train in that shoe. You know, it isn't the most durable. Best shoe in terms of price and performance, value for money, etc. It's got to be the Velocity Nitro 4. This was a real pleasant surprise for me ever since I got this shoe. Really enjoy it. The midsole is a beautiful thing. It handles all sorts of different paces very well. Nice simple design here. Perhaps a slightly softer version of the Nitro material in the midsole from Puma. You still have great traction from the Puma grip here on the outsole. I found these work well for easy days, some tempo based running, even some lighter trails. I think the lugs are up for it there. At 110 Earth credits here in the UK, I think it's a crazy price. This is easily the best value running shoe that there is out there at the moment. So absolute best shoe from Puma right now, it's got to be the Velocity Nitro 4. Last one up today is the best shoe from Adidas right now. So which of their many shoes is the best possible pair if you can only pick up one? I mean, there's numerous candidates here. I could look at the Adios 9. That is, again, a very cheap shoe in comparison to some of the other super shoes we got out there. The stat might be a little bit too low there for some people. You might only be able to use it on a few categories within your shoe rotation. The Takumi Sen 11 as well is another great shoe, though I think a lot of people will find that one perhaps a little bit too rigid to be doing some easier pace running. It's a little bit firmer perhaps than the Adios 9. It's a big price hike as well from the Adios 9 up to the Takumi Sen 11. I think two standout shoes from Adidas at the moment are the Adios Pro 4 and also the Evo SL. The Pro 4 is now available for well under 200 Earth credits here in the UK. Loads of colorways on that one. It is super soft, a great half marathon to marathon race option. I think perhaps for a few people it's a bit too soft for a 5 or 10k. That's a great super shoe at the price. Go for the cop-out option, Ed. It's the Evo SL. I don't think that anything comes quite close to this in the Adidas lineup right now. 129 Earth credits. It does so many things very well. Fun, readily available in practically any Sports Direct. Not that this is like a sponsored video or anything. It just springs to mind because it's down the road. The Lightstrike Pro material here out of the box might feel a little bit firm perhaps, but as soon as you break it in, it feels better and better. Very nimble, responsive shoe that will handle lots of different runs very well. I guess one detractor from this shoe is the outsole rubber. It is a little bit smooth here in the forefoot. Could do with a few ridges here. Perhaps that's coming in the Evo SL2, which no doubt they're developing. So if you're going to buy one pair and one pair only from Adidas, I think the Evo SL is the way to go. So that's all my selections from the top brands around at the moment. If perhaps you want a part 2 with some of the other brands, do let me know down in the comments. Also, let us know what some of your favourites are from these particular brands today. I'd be very keen to know. Quick musical interlude for you today comes from Khruangbin with Con Todo El Mundo. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. I believe it means kind of like with everybody. Love this album for easy paced running when you just want to get out there, not push yourself too hard, just get some miles in really, especially on these hot days at the moment. That's where I've been very much aiming my pace, just to get out there, get some miles and keep the fitness up. This album's great for that. There's some beautiful guitar work here, such a spacious sound. It's very calming as well, and when it's hot out there I really don't want to be listening to anything particularly wild and crazy. 42 minutes of just pure gold here from Khruangbin. Go and check it out, people. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like. Drop us a comment as well to help with that YouTube algorithm. My name's Ed Bud and I'll be seeing you